Goku or Vegeta, who was right? Can hard work outdo an elite if they work hard enough? And this is something of a running theme in many other shows and in life. Someone with natural talent or having natural power. Now, who was right out of these two? Now, my guess is that I would say both of them was actually right in a certain sense, where we're going to go into details and kind of break it down. Even throughout the series, you kind of see both of their theories kind of play out. Now, of course, when conversation is happening between Goku and Vegeta, Goku kind of ends up proving Vegeta wrong, because in their fight, Goku at first is having trouble against Vegeta, but once Goku unleashes new technique that he learned from King Kai, which is the Kaioken, he pretty much had the advantage on pretty much Vegeta in their fight. But Vegeta had to unleash another secret to Goku at the time of turning into a Grade 8 that Goku did not know how to turn into at will, or even have a tail to still transform. And at this point, Vegeta gained the advantage over Goku. But ultimately, throughout the series, at this point, Goku was pushing forward and surpassing Vegeta throughout the series at this point. But Vegeta did get times where he did become stronger than Goku, because people got to remember that after their fight, Vegeta technically was still stronger than Goku on Earth. But after them healing up, we don't know exactly how strong, Vegeta and Goku would have been after both of them healed, or when Goku left the hospital and Vegeta ended up, healing himself back when he left the planet. So we don't know who would have been stronger at this point, or maybe they would have been equal in power. But one thing we do know is that later on in Namek, as Goku started to head to Namek, he was training in this gravity, room on the spaceship that was added, and pretty much training under 100 times normal gravity, which gave Goku a huge leap in power, surpassing Vegeta at this point. But Vegeta did get a lot of damage from Raccoon and was able to heal up from the Senzu Bean and get another power up at this point, which pretty much put him to be stronger than a Captain Ginyu and Jace and other Ginyu Force members after this point, because Vegeta definitely took on a battle to fight Captain Ginyu, who had a stronger body, and even defeat Jace with ease at this point. Now, the thing is that, of course, we know that hard work, if you put enough work and you train hard enough, you could become stronger. But also the underlying theme, even for the Saiyans, with them having a pretty much potential that can grow as they fight, or after taking a significant amount of damage, or even just improving off of every battle. And this is something that the Saiyans have, so this kind of gives them a hack a little bit. But ultimately, you kind of see both sides of the theory start to play out at the point in the series, as you look at Vegeta constantly stating about, even with the hybrid Saiyans like Gohan, who had a ultimate power level, which would have made him a super elite comparing to that of, those on planet Vegeta at the time for the other Saiyans. And even though Gohan's power was going up and down and not being able to control it, later on, as we get, Trunks and Goten, we got to see them kind of have a little bit more better control over their power. And it's a little bit different from Gohan having them have rage out moments and stuff like that. They already had the power to be able to turn Super Saiyan at ease. So this was kind of like the hybrid Saiyan things that Vegeta was speaking about earlier on to Nappa, about not wanting to pretty much recruit, any of them. But at the same time, when we look at what Vegeta is saying at this point, we still see it play out on a character like Gohan, who he does train, but ultimately Gohan will take little breaks and just have moments where he breaks through his limits with ease and gaining ultimate power, all the way to the end of Dragon Ball Superhero, where he unlocked a new transformation, putting him to be the strongest Z Warrior in the show at the current moment. Now, this is still kind of getting played out as we see a character like Goku and Vegeta himself, both who are constantly training, and you can still get characters like Gohan, who doesn't train as much, to still catch up and surpass them at that. So in a sense, you're kind of seeing both of these characters and their opinions and their views kind of being played out. And especially if you was to get a character who is an elite warrior like Gohan, who was to put the hard work behind it, then yes, there is no amount of hard work that of a character like Goku, let's say if Gohan was to train as hard as Goku, then Goku wouldn't stand a chance against Gohan due to that elite power that Gohan is already kind of born with. And even if I would say Goten and Trunks, if they was to train as hard as Goku and Vegeta was, there's a possibility that they could become the strongest in the series, and that would make, almost Goku and Vegeta almost obsolete. But at the same time too, it's not only just about training and power, it's also about techniques and stuff as well, because that's what Goku had by all his masters in training, which made him a better martial artist than Vegeta, which also helped out with his training, which is the reason why he always was one step ahead of Vegeta. But as we start to see Vegeta starting to follow down the path of what Goku is doing and doing the same kind of, training and stuff that Goku is doing, with him having a master finally, Vegeta's kind of getting all the things that he was missing that Goku had. And at this point, if Vegeta's putting in all the hard work like Goku, now this is the reason why Vegeta is kind of slightly surpassing Goku, even him finally getting a win of them sparring without any transformation in Superhero, and Vegeta gets that win because now Vegeta's taking meditation and doing other things that he never had, with him not being a student to any master at this point. And now this will just play more into Vegeta's theory of him being an elite, and by him having the same type of training like Goku, he's also being able to reach new levels at this point that may end up surpassing Goku. But at the same time too, Goku still has that hard work ethic and still applying a lot of that stuff and being a fighting genius in his own right as well. So at this part, we still see Goku being able to unlock, Ultra Instinct that Vegeta could not do, even with his elite, skills that he was born with and natural talents that he showcased. But Vegeta's getting something different, which is fitting more to his personality with Ultra Ego. So in a sense, he still kind of got something that fits more catered to him as a person. But ultimately, he was still able to unlock the God transformations better than Goku without having to do the Saiyan ritual and just pretty much unlocking, God Ki on his own. So in a sense, we're kind of seeing both of their things play out, and ultimately both people are kind of correct in their views, because even if we look at Bardock, who is technically supposed to be born as a low-class Saiyan, but at the time of his death, he was definitely stronger than majority of all the Saiyans except for Vegeta, and maybe even as strong as King Vegeta or stronger. So at this point, he could have been the second strongest Saiyan at the time, without counting, Broly, and of course, probably we don't know how strong exactly, if any other Saiyans out there, but at this point, Bardock was definitely becoming one of the strongest Saiyans, because his power level was definitely stronger than a character like Nappa and Raditz at this point. So that definitely showed that hard work could make you reach new levels, that if you do train and hard work and stuff like that, it really just depends on the person. So what Goku is saying as well, it definitely does showcase throughout the series as well too. So ultimately, both of them is right. Goku and Vegeta, both of them have, good views, and it makes sense on what they're saying at this point, because we kind of still see that play out with even with the hard work from certain characters, but we also see characters that's born with high potentials will be able to improve to get to a point where it's almost impossible. Like I said, if Gohan was to apply himself, he would be the most strongest person in the whole series without anyone being able to challenge him of that power, except for, I'm not counting the gods and stuff and the angels like Whis and Grand Priest and Zeno. But as far as like just the regular mortals, Gohan would be the strongest mortal if he actually was to take his training serious and continue to train and get stronger and stronger and unleash his power.